Ladies and gentlemen, there's many people that believe if they don't have a location feature turned on, they're not being tracked. Well, if you are using Google, and even if you have it switched off, you're being tracked. And that's why they're being sued. I'm going to let you listen to this audio from the Wall Street Journal. Google deceived users about location tracking, states allege. Alphabet unit accused of recording users' location even after they tried to turn off tracking. By Ryan Tracy and John D. McKinnon. January 24th, 2022, 2:56 p.m. Eastern Time. Washington. Alphabet Incorporated's Google deceived consumers by recording their location even after users tried to turn off the company's tracking on their smartphones and web browsers, according to lawsuits by Washington, D.C., and 3 other states. Google falsely told customers that if they opted out of collection of their location history or other settings, Google wouldn't store the places they went, according to one of the lawsuits, filed Monday in the District of Columbia Superior Court by D.C. Attorney General Carl Racine. In fact, the suit alleges Google still tracks people's movements using information from its search engine, Maps app, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth services. In reality, regardless of the settings they select, consumers who use Google products have no option but to allow the company to collect, store, and use their location, the suit states. Simply put, even when a user's mobile device is set to deny Google access to location data, the company finds a way to continue to ascertain the user's location. Similar suits were being filed in Indiana, Texas, and Washington state courts, according to state attorneys general there. Google disputed the allegations. The attorneys general are bringing a case based on inaccurate claims and outdated assertions about our settings, said Google spokesman Jose Castañeda. We have always built privacy features into our products and provided robust controls for location data. We will vigorously defend ourselves and set the record straight. Mr. Castañeda said Google has made changes in recent years to enhance privacy, such as making location settings easier to access and estimating a person's general location when they search, as opposed to a precise location. The Washington, D.C. suit seeks fines against Google as well as disgorgement of data obtained from any unlawful conduct and any algorithms developed in using such data. The lawsuit claims Google tracks people's location across all smartphones, including Apple Incorporated's iPhones with iOS operating systems and devices from manufacturers such as Samsung Electronics Company that rely on Google's Android operating system. The location data is collected by Google Search, Google Maps, YouTube, and more, the complaint says, even when a user's location isn't needed to support the functionality of the service. To back up its claims, the suit cites internal company documents, including one in which a Google employee allegedly says that the user interface for Google account settings feels like it is designed to make things possible, yet difficult enough that people won't figure it out. The lawsuits come as lawmakers and regulators in Washington are weighing proposals to impose broad privacy protections online following years of complaints from advocacy groups who say the current legal protections for consumers aren't sufficient. Some rival businesses also have contended that it is nearly impossible to compete with giant tech companies because of their largely unfettered ability to collect geolocation data on users. The new lawsuits are going to help further motivate regulators at the Federal Trade Commission to rein in these kinds of practices that are growing stronger, said Jeff Chester, executive director of the Center for Digital Democracy, a nonprofit that advocates for privacy and consumer protection online. FTC leaders, including Chairwoman Lina Khan, know the Commission has let this problem, this nightmare, grow, because the Commission hasn't done anything about the business model, Mr. Chester said. The FTC is weighing new online privacy rules, which could target data collection practices by Google and others. Members of Congress also are considering privacy legislation, which has gained bipartisan support, particularly with regard to adding protections for children. Even so, there are significant political hurdles for privacy legislation, among them the sheer complexity of regulating, as well as the growing number of state privacy laws, including California's, that could conflict with a federal standard. Congressional inaction on a federal privacy law underscored the importance of Monday's suit, Mr. Racine said. We know sadly that Congress is not going to likely be able to legislate around these difficult questions. They're paralyzed, he said. Some advocates, however, say the courts may not offer a smooth path either. Without a comprehensive national data protection law, the courts have made it hard to advance claims like this when companies can point to privacy policy disclosures, said Jules Polonetsky, chief executive officer of the Future of Privacy Forum, a business-backed group. Google is separately fighting 3 U.S. antitrust lawsuits, 2 from groups of states and 1 from the Justice Department, alleging anti-competitive conduct related to its advertising and search businesses. The company has denied the allegations in those suits and recently moved to dismiss the suit from Texas and other states targeting its digital advertising practices. Arizona's Attorney General in May 2020 sued the company in state court for allegations related to location tracking that are similar to the suits announced Monday. The case is pending. The suits related to location tracking prominently cite a 2018 Associated Press article that reported Google's practices were inconsistent with its statements to users. U.S. consumer protection laws generally make it illegal for companies to engage in unfair or deceptive acts or practices. Write to Ryan Tracy at ryan.tracy@wsj.com and John D. McKinnon.
All right, y'all. So you heard that. So even if you don't have this feature on, you're still being tracked. Now, I'm sure Google is not the only app that's doing this. I bet you many of them are. So when you turn off a location, you think, okay, well, they're not tracking me now. Yes, they are. That's why they're being sued. And the thing is, giants like Google have always been able to do whatever the hell they want. It doesn't matter. That's why they got all these damn protections to keep them from getting sued, like Section 230 and all that mess. It's a disgrace what many of these apps and these big giant corporations get away with every day. It's no telling how many multiple years they've been doing this to people. So, I'm going to kind of keep my eye on this to see what the outcome is in court and what their judgment will be. Will they continue to get away with this, or will they have to stop doing this? So we'll see what the court ruling is. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.